Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests present here. A warm welcome to the meeting number 38 of Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. I am Maanvi Kumar, the sergeant at arms for today's meeting. I'm sure you all are as excited as I am today. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for the entire duration. Before moving forward, I would like to state the mission of Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before we start the meeting, I want to highlight few key points. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Your audio should be on only when you are needed to speak or asked to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on the speaking on these topics, we at Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club request all the speakers and role players and guests to be mindful and abstain from speaking and expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. I also urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion both in letter and in spirit, hence ensuring there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertone that creates hostility and discomfort for members or the guests. Now, I would like to call upon stage the presiding officer for today's meeting. She is working as a senior data analyst and is a certified image consultant and personal branding coach. She is the president of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club and my dear mentor, Nancy. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Maanvi. May we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Maanvi, our Sergeant at Arms here. Thank you once again. I welcome you all to the meeting number 39 of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. As presiding officer for the meeting today, I would say it's an absolute pleasure to be here. I don't see many guests in the room. Do we have a guest? I see that Tejaswini. Tejaswini, would you like to share a quick intro about yourself and tell us where are you from?
Sure, Nancy. I'm Tejaswini from Video Rise Toastmasters Club. So I'm here to fast forward my journey, and Gabby's Toastmasters Club was kind enough to give me a slot. So here I'm trying to give my fourth speech in front of you all. Hope you have a good time listening to me. Thank you.
Absolutely. All the very best for your speech, Toastmaster Tejaswini. I also see Varun Kumar. Varun, are you a guest or are you a Toastmaster, a visiting Toastmaster? Would you like to quickly share an introduction of yours?
Hi all, I am a visiting Toastmaster. My name is Varun and I have been a Toastmaster since last 8 years and counting. Over to you.
Oh, lovely. 8 years. Most of our club members, they are in Toastmasters from last 3 years, at max 3.5 years. Lovely. Thank you so much for joining our club meeting today. I welcome you all to the meeting. Since we don't have guests, but still for the benefit of Toastmasters, I would say that Toastmasters is a place where you find that psychological safety to unlearn, learn, and relearn many concepts. It's not just about public speaking, communication skills, and leadership skills. It's much beyond, especially at Gabbys. I've experienced many different skills that we learn, from team management to collaboration, from learning website design to Tableau dashboards. I think we cover it all. So this is a space where I have felt safe, and I would say that Toastmasters is something where you can be free to experiment without much repercussions of the same. So utilize the most out of it, whether you are a new Toastmaster or an old one, whether you are a guest or a visiting Toastmaster. Toastmasters is a place for all. Having talked about Toastmasters, I would say I would open this meeting number 39 of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. It's time to talk about a few upcoming events with the Gabbys. Gabbys Online is a part of a family of the Gabbys Club. We are a group of community clubs. We have got 3 community clubs by the name of the Gabbys. First is the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Second is the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, the meeting for which we are convening already right now. And the third one is the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. We have already conducted international speech contest for 2 of the clubs, that is Gabbys Online and Gabbys International. The Gabbys Toastmasters Club International Speech Contest is going to be conducted on this Saturday, on 16th March 2024 at 9:30 a.m. I request you all to be there to cheer for our participants, to cheer for our contestants, and yes, just enjoy the speeches, get to know more about them. Apart from that, the renewal season is on. We have got renewal date till 31st. If you haven't renewed yet, it's time for you to renew. Just reach out to our VP membership, Toastmasters Smruti. She is here with her smiling, cheering face. Speaker to Smruti. Feel free to reach out to her, drop her message. She will be there to assist you with the renewals. These are the 2 announcements from presiding officer. It's time to move on with the meeting, and today's meeting is about something extremely different from what we have seen in the last 3 years. It's about organizational growth from mindscape to marketplace. That's something we haven't talked about. We have had different kinds of themes, and this is what we are proud of. And today also, with such an interesting theme where we get to know how to navigate the workplace, how to be part of organizational growth, or how to grow on your own being a part of any organization. We have got someone very special to talk about the same, to navigate us through the same. And this someone special is having a distinguished career spanning 19 years, a seasoned chartered accountant who has held various leadership positions overseeing all aspects of finance. I'm talking about none other than Toastmaster Sudhakar Thamankar. Toastmaster Sudhakar, please welcome Toastmaster Sudhakar to set the virtual stage on fire and navigate us through the meeting. Over to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. That was afternoon of January 15th, 2009. The flight 1549 scheduled from New York to North Carolina. The pre-flight and initial takeoff was perfect or normal. But however, immediately after flight took off, aircraft hit a flock of birds, that is Canada cheese. This was so significant that it prevented the pilot windscreen view. Impact was so high that 2 engines completely failed. That was to the feet of 3,000 feet at the distance around 4.5 miles from the airport. That day, the pilot was Sullenberger, or fondly called chiefly Sully. Then a miracle happened. Before the miracle, in fact, they were trying to kind of reach out to, to find out a possible solution. Can they land the flight to nearest runway? But then they realized impossible, and then a miracle happened. No one imagined, and in fact, it was impossible to believe that something is possible. They say impossible may be sometimes just an opinion. That is, Captain Chelsea Sully, a Sullenberger, successfully executed an emergency landing on the Hudson River and saved all 155 passengers and crew members. His mindfulness and focus on the situation, combined with the piloting skills, of course, averted a potential disaster, an aviation disaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and honored guests. Today, I'm excited to share insight on a topic that is at the core of personal and professional development. That is, mindscape to marketplace, nurturing personal excellence for business evaluation. So essentially, a journey from the landscape of our minds to the bustling marketplace where idea and opportunities grow. Let's explore how nurturing personal excellence becomes a compass guiding us through the transformative journey. So let's say, what is mindscape? Let's start defining the mindscape. Anyone wanted to volunteer to share your views as to what is mindscape? Okay. So mindscape is basically the inner world of individual, right? It is like a canvas from the day the one is born till he dies. So we paint inside. It can be a incident, beliefs, attitudes, day-to-day day-to-day activities or experiences, childhood memories, whatever it is. It's just a canvas, and one goes on painting till once that. So basically, the mental terrain that shapes our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. It has a large impact on our life, personal as a professional. So, what is mindscape? So, mindscape can be mindset and beliefs. When say mindset, we'll say fixed mindset or growth mindset. Or when we say belief, some beliefs can be limiting beliefs, or some can be actually long lasting. We have observed in our day-to-day life that someone in situation can be same, but sometimes the way people respond is different, right? Some feel that anything is possible, but some feel that no, it is difficult. Self-awareness and emotional intelligence is a mindscape. Our cognitive patterns and habits which shapes our life. Adaptability and resilience, how you adapt to the situation. And again, we have seen people, situation can be same, but people actually respond in differently. Then mindfulness and presence, what we seen in Sully's example, that day he actually shown tremendous mindfulness. And then of course, continuous learning and growth. So what are the key components of personal excellence, if we can talk? It can be continuous improvement, high standards, accountability, habits, attitude, self-awareness, mindfulness, developing skills, resilience, belief, integrity, discipline, goal setting, leadership, few components of personal excellence. Well, now we are talking about the personal excellence. So let's see what are the intersection between the personal excellence and the business growth. So let's see how the mindscape influences personal excellence. For example, positive mindset. So famous cricketer Ricky Ponting, once somebody asked him, how you score runs and you find the gaps. Then in fact, he said, when I play the cricket, I don't see, in my mind, I don't see fielders, but I see only the gaps. So that is the positive mindset, right? Then there is a self-belief. We know all the famous story of elephant. When he was a baby elephant, it was tied to the small rope, and then when it become big, actually the rope is so small, but its belief is so strong that it believe that it cannot actually come out. So that is self-belief and confidence. Continuous learning and adaptability, the emotional intelligence, of course, and then there's a mental toughness. If I talk about mental toughness, I think the perfect example will be Rahul Dravid, famously known as the Wall. The goal setting and focus. So these are the few kind of personal excellence example, or how the mindscape influence of the personal example. Sorry, excellent. So what is the intersection? So we have seen some of the leaders, right? The world leaders, or we have day-to-day life in our corporate. We have seen individuals or leaders who are innovative in their day-to-day, work. Their team collaboration and productivity. So when your personal excellence is high, it will help you to navigate and challenges of the in business what you see on day to day. Adaptability of business agility, customer centric approach, ethical business practices, risk taking abilities. When you have a positive mindset, when you are mindful, when you have mindfulness, when you are believe yourself, so the risk taking become easy. Then of course strategic thinking and decision making. When most of the time we speak, about the strategy or strategic thinking, which essentially comes from your personal excellence or your positive mindset. So now I I want to ask if anybody can volunteer. Can you give some of the examples for the personal excellence or personal mastery? Any individuals? Okay. We know MS Dhoni is known as the cool captain, Sania Mirza, again Rahul Dravid, Lata Mangeshkar, Barack Obama, Elon Musk. I can actually list this, endless. There are so much of example in and also. I actually go all the way. We have so many examples within our household or in our workplace, right? So before I moving to the nurturing personal excellence, let's go back to the today's business. So for the benefit of guests, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting. In a regular Toastmaster meeting, we have three sections. That is prepared speech, the table topic section, and third is evaluation section. And before I hand it over to general evaluator for the prepared speeches, let me introduce general evaluator of today's general evaluator. He is from Hyderabad, Telangana. He did MSc in psychology, a B.Ed in special education, and currently is a retired principal from state government Telangana. He has a deep passion for training and public speaking, and is a certified Triple T from ICBI and a member of IMPA Hyderabad. He is none other than Toastmaster Atul Srivastava. Over to you, Atul, Toastmaster Atul Srivastava.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Sudhakar, Thamankar. Good evening to all the Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes of everything what happens and what doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will share my report, but I'm also having a good team of distinguished TAGL team, and I would like to introduce our first team member, who is the timer. The timer of today is Renu Kaushal. Renu Kaushal is from Mohali, a vibrant satellite town. Her professional journey led her down the path of software engineer, yet she paused for a significant chapter, embracing motherhood, where her children emerged as her ultimate motivator. A dreamer by nature, a wit, knowledge seeker, she is poised to embark on new life roles. Communication has been a constant thread in her story. Whether on the school stage as a young girl in a speech contest or as a storyteller to her children. I request Toastmaster Renu to provide the significance of the role of timer in the meeting.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I welcome all the fellow Toastmaster. I will be the I will be the timer for today, and I will will be noting down all the timings during the during the speeches and the table topics, as well as the evaluation. And I will be showing the using the cards to denote the specific timings that are remaining. So for the table topic speakers should limit their remarks to not more than 2 minutes. And at 1 minute for them, I will be raising the green card. And at at 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And so at the end of the 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Similarly, for the prepared speeches will be of 5 to 7 minutes. And for the first 5 minutes, I will raise the green card, followed by the yellow card at 6 minutes, and at the end of the 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. We have another speech which will be with a duration of 15 to 20 minutes today. And for that, I will be raising the green card at 15 minutes, followed by a yellow card at 18 minutes. And at the end of the 20 minutes, we'll be raising the red card. After the end of the speeches, there will be evaluations, and the evaluations should be limited to 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I will again raise the green card for the preference of the evaluators. And at the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, followed by the red card at the end of 3 minutes. All the best to the speakers. And back to you, General Evaluator Atul.
The next significant role is of AHA counter, and today AHA counter is Alvia, a diligent intern at Signify, brings her talent from Christ University to the tech world. Hailing from Calicut, Kerala, she embraces diverse passion from rhythmic movement of dance to the soulful melodies of song. I request Toastmaster Alvia Saji to brief about the AHA counter role today in the meeting. Over to Toastmaster Alvia.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So my role as an counter is to attentively listen and take note of any unnecessary words and sounds utilized by all the speakers and role players in today's meeting. And this report will concentrate upon 5 primary areas. 1, filler words such as and 2, inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. 3, the use of crutch words like basically, actually, and this thing. 4, repetitive words or phrases such as I, or this means, this means. 5, unintentional long or short pauses made by the speakers. And I'll be presenting the remainder of my report when called upon by the General Evaluator during the evaluation session. Back to the General Evaluator.
Thank you. And next very important role of today's meeting is Grammarian. And today's Grammarian is Toastmaster Samita Kar. Samita Kar has 30 plus years of experience in academia as a principal and now as a trainer. She is mother of two wonderful children, and one of them, her son, Sovik, introduced her to Toastmaster. Uh, Thanks. Please convey our wishes to your son because he has given us a wonderful person in Toastmaster Club. Grammarian Toastmaster, please express your importance and your role in this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for such a lovely introduction. As a grammarian, I will look at all the speeches with a careful eye. Do not worry. I will be noting down the good usage, the words, the quotes, and sayings or thoughts. Also, I will keep a note on not so good usage of the words. I will present my report when called for. Before that, I'll give the word of the day. The word of the day is niche, pertaining to a specialized segment of the market. Niche. Developing a niche brand requires thorough market research. Niche markets often offer higher profit margin for businesses. I would request everyone to use the word of the day. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Grammarian Toastmaster Smita Kar. The next very important role today will be of listener, and we have Toastmaster Sudharma Perera, who lives in Vanarpua, Sri Lanka, and is a fellow chartered accountant. She has an MBA from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Sri Lanka, and she is interested in learning new things, getting to know new people, and traveling to new places. Sudharma is the Vice President Education of Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Over to Sudharma Perera for briefing us on her role as listener today in the meeting.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And good evening, Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and guests. As listener, today I will listen to all the speakers in this meeting, and I will draft 3 to 5 questions, and I will ask from the audience. And I am expecting you to respond with one word answer. And please be mindful with the speakers and all players, and try to give the best answer without guessing. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. And now I hand over the session to TMOD Sudhakar Thamankar.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now let's move to prepared speeches. And before that, I want to confirm whether Evaluator is present.
Yes, I'm
Can you
available.
please?
I'm here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pune. Today's first speaker is a passion-driven public speaker. She wishes to continue her public speaking journey amidst a community of enthusiastic speakers. She is none other than Toastmaster Tejaswini. Path is engaging humor, level 1, project number 4. Introduction to vocal variety and body language is the project name. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. Please note the duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Tejaswini, all the words a stage. All the world is a stage. Toastmaster Tejaswini S, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. All the world's a stage. One of the famous excerpts from William Shakespeare's well-loved play As You Like It, which I got to hear in my grade 8. How many of us over here got to hear this parody? I'm sure most of us would. If not, a few minutes after my speech, I'm sure that you will be eager to go and read through the excerpt and sink into a sweet dream as I did in my classroom. The poem started by saying that we all are merely players and went on with the 7 stages of life. I went on with my own imagination as the teacher started with the class. At first, the infant in the state of Karnataka, in South Bangalore, in an area called Srinagar, at 2:30 a.m. in the midnight, there comes a slight shriek which went on to be loud. A baby was born on 21st December 2001. A world which was warm and dark inside, nurtured with care, is suddenly transitioned into a whole new world where the baby is all set to start with a new journey. Some months go in crawling. The crawling exercise has strengthened the limbs. The strengthened limbs is now ready to stand upright. A few years of walking and running has now led the kid to the school gates. Now the baby was ready to shoulder the responsibilities of being a student. Bag on the back, uniform with an ID card, shoes, socks, all set to enter the outside world. Happy to feel like a grown up. Surprised to witness the brand new world. Confused to see lack of attention from people outside. 6 hours of schooling, 2 hours of extracurricular activities, 1 hour of homework. The kid's schedule is now packed. Every activity has its own time. From now starts the lesson on time management. Kid to teen, a transition from the 3-lettered stage KID, kid, to a 4-lettered stage TEEN, teen. We are the seniors, only at our schools. We are the grown-ups. The feeling that comes only when we look at the primary school kids. A feeling of being matured, elderly, who's ready to guide the world. And at the same time, our teachers reminding that our behavior is no match to our age. These ups and downs in emotions and feelings went on for some years. As I was in my 8th grade, recollecting my own stages, I could recollect only till my teen. Later, when I started to write script for my speech, I continued to recollect my memories from then. Now, the story continues. The teen now bids goodbye to the school gates and enters the college gates. My life, my rules. Uniforms? No, I have my own wardrobe collections. 2 plates and a ribbon? No. I have my own set of YouTubers to show me quick hairdos. Pocket money in hand with gullies around the college, as they call the hangout areas, were some of the arrangements we called the choice of our life. Education equals to career, a focused and serious environment which our lecturers made us feel. Until then, for us, degree college was just an extension of our PU college. Semester number 1 to 6, a lot of events within these semesters. This time, the student wishes that the time would go a little slow. But time had its own plans. Internships, placements, and the teenage concludes. Job offer, a transition from campus to career. We are the new hires. We are the working professionals. A feeling of being the brand new employee of the organization, and at the same time, our seniors trying to give us learning and work experience to shower work opportunities round the clock on all 365 days. This continued for a year and a half. A baby which grew to a kid, to a teen, and a young woman is sitting right in front of you, trying to take her step forward. I shared memories of my stages of life until now. Hope you had a good time listening to it and will go back to cherish your memories and feel a sense of joy as I did. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejaswini. Let's move on to the second speaker. Before we do that, can you evaluator Shilpa, can you please confirm your presence?
I'm here.
Thank you. Okay, we are
Sudhakar,
exceeded
we
by
can, yeah,
we
we
exceeded
can
by at least 7 to 8 minutes. So let's skip the break and continue our discussion. So let me go back to the topic we are talking of the personal excellence to business excellence. So how we nurture personal excellence. So let's find out what are the strategies for nurturing personal excellence. And we all know that any anything to adopt or follow, we need actually always need a time. So first one is consistency, always a key. And the best example is can be a Toastmaster. For example, for me to when I realized that I need to improve my public speaking, that is where I wanted to join Toastmasters, because it is actually, at least if not lifelong, definitely I wanted to make a lifelong journey, but if not actually a long journey. So therefore, consistency is the key, and therefore is a continuous learning. It is not that, for example, if I can give the example for the fitness, always comes, mind is Akshay Kumar. And there is always a kind of butt of jokes that whenever Akshay Kumar comes on the stage, people, kind of joke him. So he always get up at 4 o'clock, and it is not easy, right, to maintain that kind of the health. So therefore, surely continuous learning and the consistency is the key. And the third aspect, I'll say, having purpose in life, right? What exactly you wanted. Sometimes you need to make the sacrifices to build a personal excellence, but at what cost? Sometimes we enjoy life. We want to be a kind of a comfort zone, but so therefore, what is my purpose? So that will probably help. And the balance approach. Yes, we want to enjoy the life at same time. We want to also, have improve life, or learn some things, and stuff like that. And the other aspect is when it comes to learning, or when you wanted to learn a new, for example, maybe actually, like for example, fitness, losing your weight, or learning a any instrument, violin. What happens is immediately, for example, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week after that, you find it difficult. So I think with the mindset, the failure as a part of the learning definitely will help. Yeah, you will see initially maybe a little bit of failures, because you need to dedicate the time. And the final thing is, if you want to see yourself with a better version, probably that is where you wanted to build the personal excellence. Now, moving on to, so therefore, okay, we have seen actually personal excellence. So what? So how we talked about intersection. So what is that personal excellence help us in the workplace? So we call it the ripple effect, right? So I'll say my personal experience, empathy is actually big. It can bring big synergy, right? Understanding others, that is empathy. So understanding others, understanding yourself, understanding the how it works in the particular in the workplace, surely it actually there is a ripple effect. And of course, the positive mindset and trust is the other factor. In fact, when you actually trust people, and we have seen, and I'm sure you are also seeing, that it allows it empowers people to do better things in life. And respect to each other, that can bring efficiency. And of course, risk taking will create new opportunity. For example, if I can take the example of Dhirubhai Ambani or Mukesh Ambani, and if I can take the same example in actually a negative way, Anil Ambani. So Anil Ambani is actually failure today, and then Mukesh Ambani is the success. So therefore, how you take the risk, and then by then you create a new opportunity. And the other aspect is, of course, the innovation. We all talk about innovation in different perspectives. Yes, innovation being the new door, and the immediate example comes is Steve Jobs. What he created in 2007, at earth-shattering the iPhones. So if I can give the example of the blending of personal excellence to the business excellence or business growth, the few example comes to my mind: the Dhirubhai Ambani, Ratan Tata, our own Narayan Murthy, Azim Premji, Anand Mahendra, and Mukesh Ambani. So before I conclude the topic, let us move to the next topic, that is table topic. And before I hand over a stage to today's table topic master, let me introduce her. She is a chartered accountant by qualification. She is currently pursuing her passion as an image consultant and a soft skills trainer. Her knowledge of the tarot gives her an edge in color psychology. She uses that psychology with her clients to help them know their power colors. She believes that soft skills contribute directly to the sales of an organization. People management is the skill to look out for. She is passionate about building her brand, rebrand, which takes care of self-transformation. She is none other than Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal. Over to you, Gauri.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sudhakar, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So table topic enables us to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. It's very easy to communicate our message in 15 minutes. But what if you had to do that in 2 minutes? Well, sometimes if we don't, we might lose the attention of the person or the person himself. You can think of table topics as mini speeches with opening, a body, and a conclusion. Table topics helps to train members to quickly organize and express their thoughts. This section will enable all the members who are not on duty in the meeting agenda, as well as our guests, to participate in this section. Just to reiterate, each speaker is required to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and at 1 minute, you will see the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, you see the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, you will see the red card, at which time you should wrap up your speech. But the participants will be given a 30 seconds of grace on the upper limit. So they will be disqualified after 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you are ready to massage your mind and tickle your tummy, then please come on camera and take up your topics. May I request Bhavya to take the first topic?
Sure.
Okay, so your topic is, are you a cat person or a dog person? Bhavya. Bhavya, are you a cat person or a dog person?
This is a very common question people normally ask. Are you a cat person or a dog person? Are you a mountain person or a beach person? Are you a morning person or a night person? What if I say I am both or I am neither of them? Sometimes I like cats, sometimes I like dogs, and most of the time I don't like any of them. I mean, why to choose either of those? I believe that we should be happy with whatever nature has given to us and not just choose one of the things. I like everything, be it mountains or beaches. Imagine to every vacation you always go to the mountains and just never got a chance to see beach. How weird it would be. Or every time you have to plan a trip, you either go to Andaman, Lakshadweep, Goa, Pondicherry, and that's the list. The life would be so boring, isn't it?
So I believe that choosing any one thing is really difficult. So I love both cat and dogs, but I like other animals as well, like be it rabbit, be it fish, be it tortoise. And I just love every creation of God created by Him in the nature by humans. So I have heard that dogs, if you love them, they love you back and they think that you are a god to them. And if you love a cat and care for them, they think that they are the god and that's why we are caring for them. But I think that's how humans are also. Some humans are like, if you care for them, they would care back to you. But some are like, if you are caring for them, just care more for them and they deserve that. So everything is replicated in nature, and whatever we see around us is like is a common trait in everyone, not just cats, dogs, beaches or mountains. It's just everywhere. So it's just hard to choose, and I just try to like everything around me.
Wow, Bhavya, that was such an interesting take. And I second it, being an animal lover myself. It gets hard. And yes, a cat does think that she's God. I agree with that. Thank you so much for attempting the topic. The second topic is for Toastmaster Yogesh. And Toastmaster Yogesh, your topic is pitch us your latest product or service idea. Toastmaster Yogesh, pitch us your latest product or service idea.
My latest service, I would say, is yoga. I was always fond of attending yoga classes, and I was not able to take it up for a very long time because of some of the personal commitments. And I started practicing yoga from last 1 year, and it has given me so many benefits which I cannot explain, both mentally and physically. I urge each and everyone to take yoga and practice it, especially for the people who work in corporate sectors and who involve in some tiresome activities which has stress. So yoga is very good. It is indigenous. It is cost effective. So, and it doesn't require any experience. I suggest everybody to take up yoga. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh. So I have been planning to start yoga, but have never gotten to doing it. You sold it to me today. Thank you. Next topic would be for Toastmaster Samita. And ma'am, your topic is, have you done anything exciting lately? Have you done anything exciting lately?
Exciting. Wow, I was waiting for such a topic. In a day-to-day life, when we are going about our work, we are very busy. We live our life. But the day we do something exciting, something out of the ordinary, that is the day when you feel you are truly alive. Recently, I got a chance to go on a trip, and we were a group of 10 people. Everyone was very excited. We were going to different places. The moment I said that I want to go on an adventure trip on a hot air balloon, everyone backed out and I was left all alone. In a foreign country, with the currency that I had was not being accepted, for me to go, I had to catch a car and then a boat and then a bus ride would take me to that place. And similarly, I had to come back. That was my hot air balloon experience. Was it beautiful? Was it worth it? Of course it was. Was I frightened? Definitely I was. But I took up that challenge, woke up 4 o'clock in the morning, went with unknown people all alone, sitting there, looking around, thinking to myself in the boat ride, did I take the right decision? What if something goes wrong? What if I cannot come back to my hotel? And then decided, doesn't matter. When the problem comes, I'll think about it. Why should I spoil my early morning just by thinking of something negative? And I went. It was a wonderful ride. Up in the air, when you have that landscape below you, a river, Nile, like a ribbon, blue ribbon. And then you have the greenery. And then the desert. Wow, I was totally alive that day. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
I am excited not just about your hot air balloon trip, but also you made me visualize it, the boat and the landscape and everything. So thank you for that. Toastmaster Sadil, your topic is, what according to you is one key ingredient for transforming an idea into a product or service? What according to you is a key ingredient of transforming an idea into a product or service?
Thank you, Table Topic Master. So I have a question for all of you. Have you ever noticed there are 5 numbers in evaluation sheets? You have to vote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 stands for developing, 2 stands for emerging, 3 stands for accomplished, number 4 stands for excels, and number 5 stands for exemplary. Okay, let me tell you something. Your life is a journey from that number 1 to number 5. Just think how you learned how to ride the bicycle. There were a lot of scratches, blood was there, you fell down, but at the final product, you can ride the bicycle. I can even ride the bicycle without holding the handle. From number 1 to number 5, developing to exemplary. Just imagine how you learn how to count 2 plus 3. You can tell by instinct it's 5. But how do you learn? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, 2 plus 3, it's 5. But when I ask you the same question from you, you will instinctively say that it's 5. Number 1 to number 5. Okay, developing to exemplary. So, my dear friends, how to make an idea to a product? The answer is very simple. It's hard work. Behind that falling, blood, to ride in the bicycle without even holding the handle or even wheeling, there were blood, but hard work. How to count 2 plus 3? It's 5, but you have to memorize everything. It's hard work. So within every great product, the secret is hard work. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadil. That was a very fresh take on a transformation of an idea to a product, and you relating it to evaluation. I don't think I'll forget it. Toastmaster Sanjay Jain.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm there.
Your topic is share a creative way to generate ideas for new products. Share a creative way to generate ideas for new products.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the topic. Creative ways. Now there are different ways to create an idea. Now we can use the AI tools like ChatGPT is there and things like that, where the ideas can come. But the main thing is how to execute that ideas. It is easy to have an idea, but execution only matters. Nowadays, people who can execute are the winners. People having ideas have no value. Because hundreds of thoughts like Ola would have come to hundreds of people, but who has executed, has won the battle. So the main focus should be on execution. When we try to execute it properly, we can win the battle. Then depends on ideas. It is said that first movers is not always advantageous. The person who consistently moves and executes is the winner. So what I understand from this is that uh, ideas are there in all the people, but the problem is whether we have the right team, whether we are able to execute, whether we have the right funds to do it, and are we in the right place. If we are, for example, in the right place and right position and right things, then the ideas will get executed very fast and we can achieve the desired results. That is the take from me, and I request I return back to the table topic master. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay. So yes, being at the right place at the right time, very important. And second, execution. Thank you for that. We have Lakshma Ratnaike next, and your topic is, what's your favorite form of social media? What's your favorite form of social media? Over to you.
Hi. So when talk about social medias, it's a kind of a gift to our lives. Maybe for as a student or a teenager, maybe. So those we are really enjoying the social media in these days, and even for the social media, there is no age limit. And for mine, if I talk about my favorite social media, is Instagram, because I really enjoy watching reels, and it makes me feel so much free and comfortable and know many things in the world, what is happening in the world right now. And likewise, I can share post and chat and all those things in the same template. So it is really helpful to communicate my ideas and things. But the most enjoyable thing is to seeing the post of my friends, because they are totally nuts, and I feel so much enjoyable to be with there and to share even my post and to look their post and give some comments, crazy comments. So it's just like a wow for me. And in Insta, there are those kind of things that I have mentioned earlier. So it is a wonderful platform to share our own ideas. And I think most of the people are really enjoying the Instagram. And although I never posted my photos in there, because I'm not a, how can I explain? I'm not that kind of a person who share photos or things, but I really enjoy the other people's one, because I'm a kind of gossipy. And so I think, yeah, Instagram is the best to inspire you if you feel so much collapse once with problems. So you can get some kind of a mind free from it. And I don't know about others' ideas, but that idea of mine that I explained. So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of a meditation, actually. I don't know, because I'm not, so that's a thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such an honest take. I think all of us secretly do that. It's not might not be meditation for most of us. Yes, but gossiping, looking at others, seeing reels, very relatable. Okay, my next topic is for Toastmaster Jitender. And your topic is, if you did not have the job you have now, what would you be? If you did not have the job you have now, what would you be?
Thank you, Gauri. Such a wonderful topic. If I'm not working, definitely I would be an entrepreneur. If I wouldn't have studied, I would have been an entrepreneur, because in my family, everyone is entrepreneur except me because I studied a lot. So I'm an outlier because I thought, yes, first you study, that will broaden your horizon, but at the same time, your risk-taking abilities comes down. And when I look at my siblings or my relatives, they don't think in depth or they don't overthink on those certain aspects, though they are very valid, but then they just overlook it. And then they plunge into it and make sure they put their hard work, dedication, and all the resources to execute in whatever field they work on. So that is something which made me less risky after studying along. But then I'm coming out of my comfort zone where I can take risk, explore new horizons, learn new things, and then possibly come up with some products, maybe digital products, which you have talked about. So definitely, still I'm exploring that how I can be better with the time. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Thank you for sharing your vision. So we know if you take that plunge, what are you going to do? Okay, so Toastmaster Somnath, your topic is name one challenge you think you can encounter in the transition from idea to product or service. Name one challenge you think that you can face in the transition from idea to product or service.
Yes, thank you, Table Topic Master Gauri Aggarwal, for the great topic. I would like to share my experience where I had one idea. So before implementing it, I thought to check it for the patent. So I had applied for the patent also, so that that idea would be unique. So I will put all on in my heart and efforts and everything into to make sure. But somehow that patent is already applied by someone. So right, that was the only idea. But later that I had interacted with a lot of entrepreneurial people. So though they suggested me that you should not wait for these things. You can just started implementing in technology, there is no scope for that much for the patent. So if you implement this thing on the customer like, you will be go all the places. And talking about the services, we have to feel the customer and we have to be the customer to understand their needs. So that like Amazon like very passionate about what their customer think and how what problems customer are facing. That's the reason I believe they are our number one position for the customer satisfaction. That was my take on the services side. That's all. Thank you so much for opportunity, Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal.
Thank you so much. So we can overcome challenges by talking to other people, right? Thank you for sharing that. Toastmaster Sudharma, your topic is, do you think you are an introvert or an extrovert? Do you think you are an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I am an introvert because I had to watch that. I can't remember the name of the champion, world champion 2019. He did a speech for Toastmasters. I watched it, and he told, if someone diminishing your energy when you associate with someone, you feel when you associate with people, your energy will be dropped. That then you are introvert. If you think your energy will be increased because of association people, then you are an extrovert. That's the thing I wanted to find eagerly, and I found it without thinking also. Then I thought, yeah, sometimes in my day-to-day activities, I feel like people are decreasing my energy, and I don't want to deal with people, and I want to be isolated. But again, I am doing Toastmasters, and I want to communicate with people and need to connect with people. I love it. But when we deal with personal things, I know sometimes people judge us and criticize us, and they will give us unnecessary comments and unnecessary advice. That means we don't want advices, but they voluntarily give advices and we have to reject it. Then our energy will be damaged. And I thought, yeah, sometimes we have to be extroverts and sometimes we have to be introverts. And I like to be introvert and I like to be extrovert also. Then sometimes we have to manage it. Otherwise, we can't live. We can't live alone, but we have to associate people. But we have to identify who are we? Are we extroverts or are we introverts by nature? For public speaking and all, we have to be extrovert because it will increase our communication skills and networking, and it will be good. It will create positive vibration. But if we think about others and their advisors, and it will decrease our energy, we should be introverts in this situation. Over to you, Toastmaster.
That is a very fresh perspective on introverts and extroverts, that you're a situational introvert and you are an introvert to preserve your energy. Great take. I just want to check with TMOD, Sudhakar, do we have time for one last table topic?
I think we can go one last.
Thank you. Toastmaster Punith, your topic is how do you stay motivated during the ups and downs of bringing an idea to the table? How do you stay motivated during the ups and downs of bringing an idea to the table?
Okay, how do I face ups and downs when I want to bring in an idea, okay, during the situation? Okay, first we have to understand how our brain works. And I'm damn sure that our brain doesn't work equally the entire day. If you are happy, and then you can make a valuable contribution to the contribution to your thoughts. When you have a less cognitive energy, by the time you reach evening and the night, you will always feel a less the cognitive energy. You can't contribute much to your thought. When it comes to idea, and when we are down, then during that time it is very challenging to get an idea and bring a value to the bring a value to the table. So what should we do? The first thing is we should come out of the difficult situation we had. That is the first thing the person has to do. He should not figure out any ideas, any challenges. First, he should come out. The later, then he can think of ideas. Okay, there are many ways to come out. That depends upon the situation. For example, if it is down because of the some trivial situation, the one way I will come out is the going for a walk. That will erase the thoughts I already had. Now I will get a fresh ideas, and that's how I do it. There are many other ways. The meditation, walking, running is one of the wonderful way. Then bringing the ideas. This is even if you are a difficult time, there are ideas. There are ideas to generate ideas. The one of the idea is the using a mind map, where you draw what is the actual problem that you have, then figuring out your thoughts. Okay, don't consider about the perfection. Just think about the idea that you have, trying to give your best. We have a solution. This is not the new problem. We have a solution to this question. Yeah, that's my take on the topic, and thank you, and over to table topic master.
Toastmaster Punith, this is a personal problem that I asked you as a question and I got my answers. I loved the fact that you can generate idea to generate idea, and I will work on that. With this, I would hand over the stage back to TMOD, Toastmaster Sudhakar. Thank you.
Thank you, table topic master, Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal. Now, let me ask Taima about today's disqualification, both prepared speeches as well as table topics. Timer, over to you.
Yeah, yes, sir. So there has been in the prepared speeches sections, we have a disqualification by Smruti Mohanty. She went overboard. So she took around she took around 20 minutes 48 seconds. So she was overboard that. And as for Tejaswini, she was on time. And for the table topics, there are no disqualifications. Everybody was in time. So that is all for my side, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renu. Now, let me hand over the stage to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Atul C.
Thank you, TMOD. It's a very nice session you have conducted. Now it is the time to have a evaluation of the topic, prepared topics. So we had 2 speakers in the prepared speech format, and we also had distinguished evaluators, Evaluator 1 and Evaluator 2. The first evaluation was done by Toastmaster Punith, and Punith is a non-fiction book enthusiast. He is a dedicated practitioner of David Allen's Getting Things Done method and a prominent ex-com member of Toastmasters Indiranagar Pride. I would like to invite Evaluator 1, Mr. Toastmaster Punith, to present the evaluation report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atul. If possible, can you pin speaker Toastmaster Tejaswini, if she is here? Okay. Toastmaster Tejaswini, you are a good speaker. More than that, you are a great writer. What a wonderful way to introduce yourself. I like the good usage of words. You used the pocket money, the school gate, infant. I'm a fan of the way you write the script. Then I love the descriptive style of writing of your speech, and that gives a great clarity to your event, great clarity to the events that you mentioned. And though the event that you mentioned, those are in a chronological order, and that was easy to catch. The content was well bundled and it was well presented too. I appreciate the deliberate, you used hand gestures deliberately throughout the speech. And along with that, you keep the smile throughout the speech. I like that, because speaker should smile, should show the energy, because it is contagious. If you smile, the audience will also feel the smile, and they feel happy. And you maintain that throughout the speech. I appreciate that. And sometimes you have made a good attempt to enact the characters. It can be, especially at enacting the kid, you showed wearing the uniform, carrying a bag. That was presented well. Then I like the creativity that you used. You said that kid to teen, 3 to 4, and then you just give a snap. Then you come to the present moment. Then you go back to the past. I like that creativity. So now coming to the improvement, how can I make this speech to the next level? And I have only one feedback, and that you can easily do. The first one is you kept a camera in the portrait mode. If you put it in a landscape mode, what will happen? It will help the audience. It will help us to see the hand gestures clearly without any cut. The second one, if possible, you can stand and give a speech. You can try from your next speech, and if it works, you can continue that. The next one, I would like to add a challenge to this in this feedback. What I say, your hand gestures were perfect. I give 10 out of 10 for your hand gestures. But I guess you are writing a script. You are reading a script or a notes. If possible, or you can take it as an experiment. As a Ghostmaster is place to do that experiment. If you can do a similar hand gesture to that perfection without using a notes. So what will happen? You may miss hand gestures, you may miss the speech, you may forget a speech, but that will bring a naturality to the speech, and that is also a learning for you. And overall, I felt happy with your speech. I wish I had a skill of writing a speech like you. If possible, I can take a feedback from you for my speeches if you want to review my speech. And all the very best for your the future speeches. And thank you. And over to General Evaluators Toastmaster Atul.
Thank you very much for your report. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Smruti S. Mohanty, and she was evaluated by our distinguished evaluator, Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy. Shilpa Reddy, she is a image consultant, and she's a corporate coach and ex-corporate and an entrepreneur by heart, a risk taker career-wise and a night owl and a compassionate capitalist at work, a travel buff and a music lover who enjoys riding bikes and cooking. I would like to invite our evaluator, Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy, to please present the evaluation report of our Toastmaster Smruti S. Mohanty.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Atul. Very good evening, everyone. I understand, dear Toastmaster Smruti, your pathway is persuasive influence and you have attempted level 4 project leading in difficult situations. Yes, you ended up in a difficult situation. You took just 48 seconds more. But well, the best part here is I have only 3 minutes to evaluate a 20-minute speech, and that itself is a disruption for me. So I'll try my best. Well, how do I address? I'm going to pace up and then make it really crisp for you all to understand. Okay. So what is the meaning of the word persuade? Induce into or convince or make someone believe something or do something. Yes, I believe that, Toastmaster Smruti, you have made us believe that your plan is actually going to work. You use both logos and pathos in your plan because who in this world doesn't love chai, right? Yes. So Toastmaster Smruti, you started with pre-COVID and post-COVID, something hasn't changed. That was your start. And you asked a general question that everyone can relate to, which was about travel. And then you lured us into one of our favorite topics, food. Brilliant strategy there to grab the attention of the audience. And then you started talking about your university, cafeteria, work project, which was quite interesting. It was like we were watching a movie. Your explanation made us picturize the whole scenario over there. However, Smruti, the time taken for giving the background story for the plan was a bit longer. So your movie suddenly became a lag there for a short while before you actually gave the actual plan. Rather than that, you should have shortened that and given a detailed explanation of the plan. I repeat here, I mention as detailed explanation, not more details, right? That would have saved some time. So, but the plan was personally my favorite, and you are able to give the best experience to the customers more than the palette of the product, because chai is a best, it comes from heart for everyone. Talking about the disruptions, the project demands you to answer a minimum of 3 to maximum of 5 disruptions. But we all know you could answer only 2 disruptions, which means that you should have kept the answer shorter, or you could have taken the questions all at once, 3 questions, and then answered them collectively. That would have been another strategy. However, on the positive side, quite thoughtful disruptions by the audience, which means that your plan was quite interesting. And they indeed listened to you very carefully. That is why they came up with the interesting disruptions. And you have addressed them with poise and creativity. What I love the most is your genius ending, Toastmaster Smruti, that you ask the audience to connect with you over a cup of coffee to discuss about the plan more. That shows your interest. To sum up, you have been excellent in persuading us to believe that your plan actually works. Your strategy of the beginning ending, you may want to work on a little on your vocal variety. And if I were you, I would challenge myself to be more crisp and engage the audience a little more in your own way. Okay. And if I have to suggest anything from my side, how about considering customer experience as one of the factors when you come up with that plan? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy, for giving a very crispy evaluation report. Now it's time to take the report from the timer. Is timer available? Is the robot ready? Okay.
I'm sharing it shortly on the chat as well. But both the evaluators were well on time. So they all qualified the time limit. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now we'd like to see the report of AHA counter. I request Selva Raj. Sorry, I think.
Alvia Saji, sir. Hello?
Yes, yes. You're
Yeah.
audible.
All right. So I'm going to be presenting the R counter report here. I hope everybody can see my screen. So as the R counter for today, I was, attentively able to sort of listen to everyone's speeches and keep track of the filler words and crutch words used. I'd like to congratulate a couple of people who had a control over the usage of these filler words and interjections in their speeches. They are Toastmaster Maanvi, Toastmaster Nancy, Toastmaster Samita, Toastmaster Tejaswini, Toastmaster Bhavya, Toastmaster Sadil, Toastmaster Jitender, and Toastmaster Shilpa. So kudos to you guys for delivering such smooth speeches. And there are a couple of pointers that I'd like to share with y'all, so as to ensure that from next time onwards, y'all use less crutch words during your speeches, or improve upon, or maybe have control over the usage of different interjections. Firstly, is that you have to be aware of where and when you are using these filler words or filler sounds. So kind of pay attention to your speech patterns and also recognize when they occur always. And secondly, practice is key. Rehearse your speeches without relying on these filler words, and gradually try and build confidence in speaking fluently. Another thing is to embrace the power of pause. Take a moment to gather your thoughts, and also eliminate that way filler sounds, and this would really impact your speech. Another thing is, instead of using filler words, consider substituting them with silence or meaningful pauses. This will allow for a more deliberate and polished delivery of your speeches. Another thing, lastly, is to seek feedback again from others, and their insights would be able to help you identify areas for improvement and also refine your speeches. So, yeah, I hope that you all would incorporate these strategies from next time on. That was all from my end. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Alvia Saji, for a report. Please share it. And there's going to be a poll. Maanvi, Toastmaster Maanvi, can we launch a poll?
We can launch the poll at the session, after the session.
Okay. Okay. Now it's the time for having a grammarian report, so that meeting should know how many times the chosen word has been used and what kind of recommendation she will do. I invite grammarian Toastmaster Samita Kar to please present the report.
Today we had the word of the day, niche. The topic today, mind space to market space, was also a niche theme that we had today, but sad to say no one has used the word. I will just ask everyone. So whenever the word of the day is given, please use it. The good uses that we had today was mindscape, mindfulness, comfort zone, blend, two different sides of the pendulum, and kids to tea. Some questions which did not require an answer. Is it possible to? By Toastmaster Smruti. Who in this world does not like chai? By Toastmaster Smruti. And quote, all the world is a stage and a lot can happen over tea. Hypophora, why to choose? I love both. That was TM Bhavya. That's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. And now it is a time to challenge our brain whether everyone has heard the whole meeting with great caution or not. So I would like to invite our listener of the day is Sudharma Perera to please assess our capability of how much we listen to the meeting today.
Thank you, General Evaluator. My first question is, what is the speech title of Toastmasters Smruti? Can anyone answer?
Home away from home.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for it. Then other one, Toastmaster Bhavya told us that dogs think human like someone and cats think themselves as someone. Who is that?
God.
Dog? God. Thank you. Then Toastmaster Yogesh is fond of some exercise. What is that?
Yoga.
Yoga. Toastmaster Gauri told. Then Toastmaster Saji told us the secret of great product is something. What is that?
Hard work.
Who is that?
Renu.
Toastmaster Renu. Thank you. Then Toastmaster Jitender will be, if he is unemployed, who he will be?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Today our Toastmaster says, have listened very carefully and I am happy listener and thank you and audio general.
Thank you very much. And now it is time for giving a general evaluation from my side. The meeting started well in time. So thanks to the organizers. And also the TMOD has taken up the role very nicely and conducted the session very smoothly. Only thing is that we missed the break. So that has saved the time. The third thing is about the table topic master. Table topic master has taken up all the topics, but I would request her that from the next time, if she can share the topics even on the chat, that will be a great help to the speakers. And at the same time, you should also keep an agenda in front of you, watching the time, so that you will be able to manage time without asking the TMOD whether we can go for the next one or not. That's the only thing which is required from your side. And evaluators have given a very crispy and very good report. Timer and listeners, as well as our counter, has given a very mindful report today. And I think from my side, everything is fine and very good, smoothly conducted. Now, I'd like to hand over the chance to the TMOD of today.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Atul. Before I conclude today's theme, let me ask Zoom Master to launch the polls for both prepared speeches as well as table topics.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster J. We'll not have polls for the prepared speeches because only one speaker was qualified, but I'm launching the polls for the favorite table topic speakers following with favorite evaluator. In the meantime, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So, why personal excellence can create a larger impact in marketplace? So we all know out of the three P's of the business, that is people, process, and the product, the people play a significant role, and it is important to nurture people, that is being one of the important resource, and create a positive culture. I think often we hear that whenever somebody leaves the organization, they say they left the job not because of anything, but because of their bosses. And we have seen this in our, different experiences in working in different companies. So therefore, in the corporate today, so it is important to create a positive environment for the management, the today's leader, create a positive environment. So therefore, people have enough space to, create bring their excellency to the workplace on day-to-day basis, so that we do not have any emotional baggages and concentrate on the, excellent efficiency. Now, what are the challenges in developing the personal excellency? One is the self-discipline. We all know as an example of fitness. We need to, Akshay Kumar's example, where he has to get up at 4 o'clock. So the self-discipline is a key. Second is the time management. Many times, since we have to manage work, family, personal, professional, everything. So time management is the key. Sometimes it may not be possible to manage time. And the third aspect is setting the realistic goals. For example, if I say I need to lose 20 kg in 3 months, that is something impossible, unrealistic. And the fourth aspect is the continuous learning. You keep learning every day, every minute, every week. That's how you improve yourself. The other aspect is many times we look for validation, and in fact, it is one of the things I identified in myself. Sometimes I look for validation. I have a self-doubt. I constantly ask whether that was okay, whether the speech is okay, or whether, whatever it is, okay. So I look for constant validation. Probably that is something I need to work on. The maintaining work-life balance, that is surely a key. And today we are all going through a lot of challenges. So therefore, the stress management is the key. So to conclude, I will say nurturing personal excellence for business evaluation is surely a long journey. I encourage everyone embrace personal excellence for their professional growth. As Ruth said, it is hard to beat a person who never gives up. Thank you, all of you, for your patience hearing. And now I hand over the floor to PO, Presiding Officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. Over to you.
Toastmaster Sudhakar, PO is me.
Okay, apologies for that. Handing over the stage to PO Toastmaster Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhakar, for doing such a great job. Now it is time to get feedback from our resident Toastmasters, guests, and our own Toastmasters. First, I would like to ask feedback from Toastmaster Bhavya. I think I pronounced the name correctly. If not, please apologize me. Toastmaster Bhavya, can I get a quick 30 seconds feedback from you? Okay, Toastmaster Bhavya is not available, I think. Toastmaster Salil?
Yeah, I will deliver my sorry, not an evaluation, my feedback. So actually, Toastmaster Sudharma invited me to be the accountant, but I was sleeping. So she invited me again to participate to the table topic session. So I came here because I want to gain experience because I'm competing in the table topic context next week for the area level. So I gained a lot of experience from this meeting, and this is not my first time. I have been with Gabbys several times, and thanks to Toastmaster Sudharma. So again, thank you for inviting me, and thank you for all the role players who did a very great job. And yes, what do you, Toastmaster Sudharma?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadil, and all the best for your table topic contest. And I am also contesting this time in another area. So I also attempted table topic.
Wish you
I am
best
happy to
luck
hear that
for
you are
using
from area. Thank you, and hope you will win the area contest. Congratulations. And then
Thank you.
Toastmaster, welcome. Toastmaster Tejaswini. Toastmaster Tejaswini, I will speak on. Would you like to give a feedback? Okay. I think Toastmaster Tejaswini is also not in the room. Now let's see our polls results. Any guesses for best? We don't have polls for today best speaker because Toastmaster Tejaswini by default selected as a best speaker. Toastmaster Tejaswini, would you like to give a comment, feedback on your first meeting at Gabbys? Okay, I think she is not ready. Okay, our favorite table topic speaker, any guesses? Today, our favorite table topic speaker is Toastmaster Bhavya. Toastmaster Bhavya, congratulations.
Thank you.
On camera. Thank you for attending table topic. And our today best evaluator. Today best evaluator is favorite evaluator is Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shilpa. And today best Oxy role player. Thank you. Today, yours truly, I am the best. So thank you for voting me. Thank you for voting me. And today, best role player. Today, best role player is Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal. Toastmaster Gauri, thank you very much attempting table topic master role today at last minute and giving your best and giving me a best topic also. And it was very good. And all the role players today, Toastmaster Sudhakar and Toastmaster Atul played roles as first timers and Toastmaster Renu also played timer role today as first. And Toastmaster, I think Gauri also did TTM role today, second or first. Toastmaster Gauri, this is your first time or second time?
No, it's second time.
Second time, yeah. Everybody was correct. Then I congratulate all the Toastmasters who played roles today as first timers and regular Toastmasters. Toastmaster Shilpa today evaluated our level 5 project one. And thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa, and all the role players and Toastmasters. Please join us Thursday at 7 p.m. our Gabbys International Toastmasters Club meeting. As regular visiting Toastmasters and Toastmasters, please visit us and enjoy the meeting. And I will hereby adjourn the meeting. And good night and God bless you all.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.